This is part 3 in the final chapter of digging this ditch slash canal. We started here today. See if we can push this on out to the ravine. And digging up here is pretty tough. I was getting right down to the bedrock while still trying to maintain the grade that I desired. Bedrock was a bit of a challenge. I was peeling some of that off the top of it, but didn't want to tear up the machine, so I just kept on trucking with it the way it is. And I was going to check grade after I get the thing dug. So hopefully we can get enough fall on this to make it work. I had a little trailer and an old Jeep down here that my son and granddaughters put down here for parts. I had to pull those out of the way because I'm getting overrun with my dirt. Having to push it back and push it down. Try to maintain a little trail next to the trench so that I can dig this corner up here. There's several corners that I had to kind of get up on the bank and dig them, make them come out as wide as I needed it. The material was pretty tough in that area. Like I said, I was down to bedrock, so I'm scratching, and even the material above the bedrock was kind of a rocky, gravelly type stuff. And that stuff actually turns to mud once it gets really wet and is exposed. It's kind of a gritty mud, but it is a mud. The major plan here is most of this berm from the rock corner up there down to the ravine is going to be taken out of there. That ditch is deep enough that I don't need a real berm there. And I'm going to make another berm at the bottom end of this flat area that I made last year, just to kind of shield the stuff that we have in this area from the neighbors. Getting kind of excited about getting this done because with the interruptions and the weather, I had taken probably a total of around 6 days to build this trench and get this all completed. And I'm wanting to get the transmission in our little dump truck. I've got a lot of dirt to move around the property and also up at our cabin. So we're going to be taking it up there, taking the excavator up there, and try to do some landscaping and stuff around the cabin up there this summer. Be sure to watch the end of this video where I walk through the finished product and explain a few things on the ditch, and also show the upper area where the bowl is, where all this water collects that comes down into this ditch. One of my other projects to do this spring is get our little international loader going. It just needs tires fixed on it and some hydraulic leaks that were persistent. I'm going to work on those and we're going to try to get it going so that we have it to use as well. All of our equipment's pretty valuable to us, but it's old, so it does require a lot of maintenance. And I don't mind working on the stuff. It's just it seems like they always break down at the most inopportune times. That doggone stick supervisor stepped on a piece of cactus. I couldn't film it, but I went down there and plucked the cactus out of his foot, and he's all happy now, ready to play stick. Oh boy. I ended up with a pretty good fall from where I started up there by that tree down here to these big rocks, and just a little beyond. And I was kind of maintaining that grade down about this point here. So where I'm standing is a little deeper than the rest of that up there. And although it looks gravelly, and it is, there's actually bedrock underneath all that. Doggone stick supervisor. So rather than fight and maybe tear up the excavator, I went with what I could get. And what's going to happen is, until I jackhammer some of this out, let me see here, you can kind of see, well, my shadow's in the way. That right there is bedrock. If I jackhammer some of this out, I can get the grade I want. I'm not sure that it's really necessary. I probably have plenty of fall to keep the ditch cleaning itself, even if I let it go to this elevation. Doggone stick supervisor. Anyway, this elevation here has plenty of fall from the beginning down here to where it starts dropping off into the ravine down here. And got this all pushed out yesterday, and so I widened out a little bit here at the end, because I knew I was going to turn the excavator around and finish pushing this out with the blade to get it like I wanted it. Doggone stick supervisor. Get the stick. Rocky, get the stick. Rocky. Rocky. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Rocky, come here. Come on. Rocky, come here. Rocky, come here. Come here. You dinglebutt. I don't know if you can see that high spot there. I kind of expected some rock outcropping there. Seeing how the edge of the bank here had rock like that. But like I said, I could bring my laser level down here and shoot grade from beginning to end. Worst case scenario, it's just going to silt in those low areas and make its own level, its own fall. And these high areas will just scour down to the hard rock and it'll still be fine. I just didn't want any obstructions in this ditch to back up water in. On the other hand, if it does have a little water standing in there, this is actually real close to the bottom of where our well is, and it can just recharge the aquifer. So down in this area, the only thing I've got left to do is up here at the beginning of this ditch. I'm going to take the excavator and build up this berm in this area right here just a little bit, just in case we have a big rain event. It won't overrun the berm here at the low part of it. You just think I have all the time in the world to play stick with you. Okay, one more time. I'm so happy you found that stick.